everyone, I'm Iris Almario and welcome to Pulse of the Port. In this show, we'll join two dive teams as they embark on an amazing underwater security drill. We'll also visit PO Shipping, a new shipping line at the port that's bringing new business and new opportunity to the region. And did you know that the port is building a new and improved Gerald Desmond Bridge? We'll learn more about that and much more. But first, let's head out to Pier T to see how a sunken cargo container became the key prop in an underwater security drill.
If a disaster were to suddenly halt operations at the Port of Long Beach, it could affect the national economy to the tune of $1 billion a day. Not to mention that ports are important lifelines in case of a large natural disaster, allowing emergency supplies and relief workers to reach an impacted region. This sobering fact isn't lost on the port security staff, which recently paired its deepwater dive team with U.S. Navy divers for a first-ever joint salvage and recovery drill, aptly named Patriot Partner.
What we're doing right now is we've sunken a container, a shipping container. We put holes in it to simulate a vessel or something blocking the channel. And our objective here is to work both teams, the Navy, Coast Guard, and Harbor Patrol, on a recovery effort inside the Port of Long Beach.
In order to keep the business continuity within a port, the United States Navy and the Harbor Patrol linked up to actually plan a salvage exercise to retrieve a sunken vessel and/or containers that may have fallen in the ocean.
A base of operations was established at Pier T, the former naval complex. Using a large crane, they submerged a cargo container that was punctured and modified to simulate a damaged vessel or obstruction resulting from a collapsed pier. Working in teams of two, divers descended to about 40 feet to reach the sunken container. In this low-visibility environment, they assessed the damage and practiced making repairs using some incredible tools.
Right now we have an underwater Hilti gun that was actually provided by Hilti. It was on loan to the United States Navy divers. We have exothermic torches. Those are underwater cutting torches.
We took a couple of different scenarios here, some of the worst case things that could happen, and we kind of threw everything into this 120-foot container. So the divers, when they first dived upon it, they didn't really know what they were getting into until they did their first assessment. One of the things we did is we actually took an outward blast of steel. So we had shards of steel sticking outward. And in that case, what we have to do is we have to have the divers go down and they have to cut around that and then form a patch, based upon a measurement to put over that.
If we had to cut out up to 2 inches of steel to replace the ship's hull, we could actually cut out, make our cuts, take the dimensions, make our patch, and also we have the ability to do underwater welding, and we would actually just weld the patches in place.
During this 3-day exercise, divers also used a dive tank to test a rivet gun in controlled conditions. This powerful gun uses a medium caliber shell to drive rivets through solid steel.
The dive tank is actually for qualification runs. Before you can actually utilize the underwater Hilti tool, you have to be certified on the gun. We did some dry shots on top, then we got the guys in the tank, and they had to shoot 2 studs in for their qualifications.
The exercise was organized by Steve Ruggiero, Assistant Director of Homeland Security at the Port of Long Beach, and an active naval officer. During a major incident, Navy dive teams would most likely be called upon to help.
It's an excellent opportunity for the Navy to come up here and be able to work in this aspect. Normally we are focused on underwater ships husbandry, the maintenance aspect, and for us to be able to break away for a week and kind of get into the emergency repair and salvage aspect is a very good exercise for us.
The Port of Long Beach is very focused on safety and security for the port and also the community. So to work with the United States Navy here on Pier is a great honor for us. The Navy doesn't train with just everybody, and we're happy to have them here, and as well as the Coast Guard Sector Command and their support in this operation.
If emergencies in recent history have taught us anything, it's that multiple agencies must be able to work together efficiently, and this exercise brings a new layer of emergency preparedness to the Port of Long Beach.
As you just saw, what happens underwater at the Port of Long Beach can have a huge impact on operations above, which is why it's crucial for security teams to test their skills, communication, and equipment in live situations. When we return, we'll meet a brand new shipping line that now calls the Port of Long Beach home. Stick around.